Hi, everybody. I'm Steve, the Backspin of Baxley, and we are starting things off a little early tonight. I don't know why. Yeah, I do because we got a lot to say for you tonight. Um, um, there's a lot we can do. There's a lot we can say. Um, oh boy. Excuse me. But we welcome you to our. Hi, give me over here. Welcome you to this little show of shows we like to call Steve's Sporty Balls. Now, if you give me just a little moment here, come on, guys, give me a little brochette here. Okay. Because we come on during the tail end of a 3 hour little showboat. So if you just give us a momentary pause for the cause, n'est-ce pas? Anyway, we got a lot for you coming up tonight. So, but uh, anyway, we got a lot for you. We're going to go over here over time. I just want to check this out. I know we're not supposed to air audio, but Kenny Omega, one of my favorite wrestlers, it's a Wednesday night, and you know what that means. AEW Dynamite. And tonight, it's a 3 hour show with Rampage, all on TNT tonight, TBS tonight. And Kenny is speaking right now. We've got the sound down so we don't get copyright stricken. In fact, do I have my earphones, guys? Earphones. So I can listen in, as they say, in the privacy of my little ears. Or do we have anything that has my ears? Oh boy. Here we are. Yeah. I know we got to do a show, so if you will excuse me for just a couple of moments, I'm going to plug in. Can I plug in? Oh, it's down here. Oh, it's over here. Well, where is? There you are. Okay, I got to plug in for just a moment. Oh, don't you just love it? The internet is crapping out right now. Oh, Ho ho! Kenny Omega comes to the rescue. Well, the Rainmaker has just come out. By the way, a reminder, Rampage, which is usually on TNT, is coming up on TBS. And I know we got to do a little show here. We can't actually air, audio. Yeah, I got to agree. Holy, you know what? I wish we can do this, but we'd have to get permission, and that means spend money. Okay. Anyway, let's. Oh, we need subtitles now. Ooh, Kenny Omega just gave a challenge to settle the score in an AEW ring to the Rainmaker. And our internet is not very good, but we welcome you. No monologue again. Just me babbling on like a unusual human being. Omega is down. Okay. Okay. Let us, excuse us, we'll take the microphone down and we'll say, welcome everybody to a very bizarre edition of whatever the hell this show is. It is Steve Sporty Balls. It's a Wednesday night and we are feeling the love. That's right, kids. We are feeling the love of what we do. And you know what that is? Eh, you're going to love this. Okay, they're wheeling Kenny out of the arena right now. He is hurt and he is hurt bad. Anyway, let's let's get away from all this and get into why we are on the air, and that is to bring you the best in sports and entertainment, or bar none. I'm sorry for that. I have had to say I've had a very interesting day would not make it livable, but apparently we got to do a little bit of something, and it is this. Just gotta. Okay, thank you. I don't even know who that is. Excuse me. NTS. Come on. Come on. Get off of there. Thank you. We gotta complete the plug. No, that's one number off. Thank you. Hey, Misty. Okay. For those of you just wondering what's going on, I just let the people know that we're on the air. Uh, let's just get this whole thing started. We got some news for you. Um, One of the main things is it has happened, and I don't think there's going to be a resolution one way or the other. But here's the thing. Oh, Steve and Chet, you hear about Baller's channel being no longer available on Xfinity? Yes, I do. In fact, that is our big topic du jour today. Uh, we are going to go to oops, hello. What did we just do? Oh, we're still on. Good. That's right, folks. Uh, yeah, let's get you up here. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Let's give you the news. That is the news. The biggest cable company in the nation, Comcast, has just told Diamond Sports Group, you can kiss our ass. That's right, at the stroke of midnight, Comcast Xfinity dropped Bally Sports. Hey, thank you very much. Good catch. Is it possible? There we go. Thank you. No, there, we're okay. Good. At the stroke of midnight, Comcast Xfinity dropped Bally Sports from its list of available channels, meaning those in Michigan and surrounding areas like Ohio, wishing to watch the Tigers, the Red Wings, the Pistons, anything, can't. Bally Sports, which is owned by Diamond Sports Group and owns the rights to local sports broadcasting for Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, among other sports entities around the country, has been struggling financially for years. It is currently restructuring its company through bankruptcy. Translation, that big old paycheck that Amazon gave them. The parent company, which is, of course, the parent company used to be Sinclair, but now I guess we might as well say it. The parent company is Amazon. It said it's continuing to seek an agreement to restore broadcast. We hope that Comcast will recognize the important and mutually beneficial role Diamond and regional sports networks play in the media ecosystem, it said in the statement. It's disappointing that Comcast rejected a proposed extension that would have kept our channels on the air, and that Comcast indicated that it intends to pull the signals, preventing fans from watching their favorite local teams. Comcast has refused to engage in substantive discussions, despite Diamond offering terms similar to those reached with much larger distributors of ours, end quote. Bally Sports encourage viewers to contact Comcast in an effort to restore broadcasting of local sports. Now, according to a statement on Xfinity's website, the carrier offered multiple options to continue showing games, but the provider declined each one, and we no longer have the rights to continue, carrying their content, which is true because they were working, truth be told, they were working on a very limited contract with Bally Sports Detroit because, for simple reason, Bally's, aka Diamond Sports Group, when they were owned by Sinclair, wanted a boatload of money to stay on Comcast. Now, Comcast, out of good faith, was about to say, go after yourself and pull the plug. But they signed a little deal to temporarily leave Bally Sportsnet on Xfinity. So here we go. And if you want to know why we keep saying Amazon, we'll get to that as well. According to Stephen, we've already read that. And now with this, with the contract now ended, they no longer have the rights to continue carrying the content of what will soon be a Ballyless sports network. The company said the loss of the channels will result in a credit being provided to customers. Quote, we know that unexpected changes to your channel lineup can be frustrating. No shit. We worked very hard to get Diamond Sports Group to come to a fair agreement for our customers, but they have refused. And as a result, the Bally Sports regional sports networks are no longer available on Xfinity, not just in Michigan, but also California, Florida, Texas. You get the idea. The move frustrated many viewers as coverage went dark at midnight. The games could still be watched by downloading the Bally Sports app, but you got to pay for that. Game's still viewable on DirecTV as well as the MLB TV for Tiger fans. Now, in early 2024, and here's why we mention Amazon. It was announced that Bally Sports coverage would shift to Amazon as part of the bankruptcy deal with Diamond Sports. Diamond owns 18 networks under the Bally Sports banner. Those networks have the right to 37 professional teams, 11 baseball, 15 NBA, and 11 NHL. That includes the Red Wings, Pistons, and Tigers. So now you got to ask yourself, what are the fans going to do? Well, not a lot, because they can cut the cord all they want to. Comcast did have the right. I wish I wasn't. I do not agree with their attitude, but they told Bally's. Now, to put things in a more gentler perspective, here is how much Comcast is going to pay customers who lost Bally Sports Detroit. They're going to pay the customers between $8 and $10 per month. Now, Diamond Sports Group has been under bankruptcy litigation for a long time. In fact, the one thing they have done is they're going to still air the ball games, but for a year. Afterwards, and this is why Amazon gave them an infusion of money. Starting at the end of the baseball season, basketball season, and hockey season this year, Bally's is not now. Diamond Sports Group is still in the process of coming out of bankruptcy. The one thing they did do, and you can check it out. Right now, Bally Sportsnet is beginning the process of dissolving. Amazon, Jeff Bezos, infused Diamond Sports Group with about $15 million. What they're going to do, what Diamond Sports Group is going to do, is after 2024, the Bally name is going to disappear. And 5 will get you 10, that you're going to see that little smile logo from Amazon. It's going to be called Amazon Sportsnet. So I would watch for that in the coming weeks and months. But in reality, we all knew Comcast was going to drop Bally Sports. And yes, it is because the ownership then was Sinclair Broadcasting. And, well, they weren't exactly friendly terms. Yeah, you got to go watch them either on Amazon's, on Amazon's website or on Bally's sports website. But here's the thing. You got to pay a whole lot of bread to do that. And you have to watch them on Amazon's Prime network, which also means you got to pay a little do-re-mi. But we'll continue to talk about this throughout the days and weeks to come. Let's just sort of sashay over here. awfulannouncing.com. Okay, we're going to awfulannouncing.com. We're going to get you back with everything about basketball and such coming up. Now, this is what they wrote up. On Tuesday, Comcast pulled the Bally Sports regional networks from its Xfinity broadcast lineups across the country after the two parties couldn't agree to a new carriage deal. One of the major sticking points in the dispute was Comcast's desire to move the regional sports networks to the Ultimate TV tier. That tier is more expensive and contains more channels. The soon-to-be former Bally's RSNs were previously on its mid-range popular TV tier. On the surface, this is a reasonable point for Comcast. After all, that's been the company's established strategy with the regional sports networks recently. Comcast moved Root Sports Northwest to the Ultimate tier in the fall and moved Mid-America Sports Networks to the Ultimate tier in March as part of a new carriage deal. However, in markets where NBC Sports RSNs exist, Comcast isn't practicing what it preached. And that likely rankles a larger company like the Diamond Sports Group, the owner and operator of Bally Sports. Now, in the Philadelphia market, where Comcast is headquartered, NBC Sports Philadelphia is available on the popular TV tier, as are both NBC Sports Bay Area and NBC Sports California and NBC Sports San Francisco. The same is true in Chicago for what will soon be the demise of NBC Sports Chicago, and in Boston for NBC Sports Boston. Those two markets are multiple RSN cities, and both the Marquee Sports Network and New England Sports Network are available on the popular TV tier, for now at least. Now, if Comcast wants to keep the NBC Sports RSNs on a lower tier, that's, of course, their right. After all, it owns and operates those networks, along with many other cable networks. And getting them in front of as many eyeballs as possible is simply a smart business decision. Now, the shift to the higher price tier also applies to many other sports networks. All of the league-owned and operated networks, MLB Network, NBA TV, NFL Network, NHL Network, are only available on Xfinity's Ultimate TV packages. College Conference Networks distribution is based on region. West Coast subscribers receive the Pac-12 network, which will soon probably be, for want of a better word, dust. They're on the access on the popular TV tier, while the SEC network is only available on the Ultimate TV, and so on. Now, for Diamond, getting a deal done with Comcast was and still is critical to the Bally Sports regional sports network future. No matter what tier they're on, Diamond should have seen the writing on the wall based on the aforementioned Comcast deals with Root Sports Northwest and Mid-American Sports Network, and tried to get a deal done for placement on the Ultimate tier. And they should have done that no matter how much it may stink that the NBC RSNs are carrying on with placement on the popular TV package. Now, that this also should serve as a warning shot for other RSNs still living on the popular TV tiers like Marquee in Chicago and New England Sports Network in Boston. Once it's time for those carriage deals to be renegotiated, Comcast is likely going to try to move each of those RSNs up a tier. But if Comcast wants those negotiations to go smoother in the future, it should bump its RSNs up a tier as well to unify its approach towards all RSNs, regardless of who owns it. So there you go. So I don't look for a solution anytime soon. I look for a lot of people to continue cord cutting and doing something that, well, Xfinity may not like done. Also, since we're looking at the media light, well, sad news, the Saturday mornings will never be the same. After what he called an amazing ride, Mel Kiper Jr. said Wednesday he and co-host Dari Nauka are ending their weekend ESPN radio show after a 14-year run. The final Dari and Mel show will air this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. After 14 years of many interesting discussions, debates, Kiper's callers, fantastic guests, Mikey C's antics, and so much fun, Dari and I are hanging up our headphones and saying goodbye to the Dari and Mel show on ESPN Radio, Kiper wrote on X, formerly Twitter. Thank you to our loyal fans who have kept us going all these years. It's been an amusing ride, especially getting to do it alongside my good friend Dari Nauka. It's not over yet, though. Tune in this Saturday, May 4th, from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. for the final show. And we just want to say, Kiper did not give a reason for the decision. Neither did Nauka, who responded to his tweet. So I can't wait to see what happens. Okay, we continue on our Mary Chasen Sanborn way. That's right. We waste 10 minutes. No, we didn't waste. We gave 10 minutes to AEW. And now we keep it going on this little shows. There is still no word on the future of TNT's NBA deal. All we know is that NBC is ready to battle. So we'll just have to see what happens. Now, let's see here. We can what we got here? Let's see here. We had something here that didn't cost a thing. Oh, yeah. We were going to talk about this last night, but we didn't get a chance to because of what we like to call technical difficulties. Okay, now, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Because you know that thing is under the slab there. I think we're going to try to get it on, not on a paywall. Well, here's the thing. Beginning May 16th, Detroit will become home to the first to the first sports talk radio station in the nation with all-black host. WXYT AM 1270, which is known as the Bet 1270, will dump Odyssey's BetQL format. It's going to unveil its new sports wrap format in the coming days, featuring former Detroit Piston Lindsey Hunter and former Chicago Bull B.J. Armstrong as a part of the host lineup. And I wish we can read to you some of the other hosts, but once more, Into the Breach, it's on a paywall. And I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I think we got, oh yeah, why don't we just do this? Okay. Here we go. Sports Rap Radio is set to launch on WXYT 1270 AM with a diverse lineup of all-black hosts, co-owned by former Detroit News columnist and former Channel 4 sports commentary person for Sunday Sports Final, Rob Parker. The new sports talk format has revealed its show schedule for a station switch at 7 a.m. on May 16th. Lindsey Hunter, the retired Pistons guard and member of the 2004 NBA championship team, will team up with Detroit native Montez Allen to co-host the Pit Bulls. Oof. Afternoon drive show from 3 to 7. Parker had announced the addition of Allen in a release last week. B.J. Armstrong, another co-owner of Sports Rap Radio, like I said in the tease last night, he got some. Rob Parker's got some heavy hitters with him. Let's see. Another co-owner will take over the mid-morning slot from 10 a.m. to noon, hosting solo. A Detroit native, Armstrong is also a member of the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame. The midday show, called The Bad Boys, will feature Detroit native Martin Weiss and J.R. Gamble as host. Armstrong told the Detroit News, "We had this idea, and I'm just really looking forward to having something where, the people can be proud. Finally, here we are. We're getting close." Now, the original lineup of shows for Sports Rap Radio will run daily from 10 in the morning to 7 in the evening, with the nationally syndicated, mainly on Fox Sports Radio, The Odd Couple, hosted by Chris Broussard and Rob Parker from 7 to 10 at night. Parker and his business partners, including NBA agent Armstrong, former Connecticut football, track and field athlete Dave Kenny, who now works as an asset manager, and former Michigan and Detroit Country Day receiver Maurice Ways, who is employed by ESPN, have leased airtime and office space at 1270 AM studios in Southfield, Michigan, which means the station will be co-owned by Odyssey, which is financed by, I won't say the name because I don't like politics. But ooh la la bassoon. Congratulations. I say this with dear honesty. I wish them merry well. Let's see. The intent is to eventually evolve the brand into a network of stations in the top 20 to 25 black markets. In regards to staff at launch, he said, "It'll be young people getting opportunities and former athletes from Detroit or with ties to Detroit." Now, Parker previously was a columnist for the Detroit Free Press, Detroit News, and WDIV Television, and was the first host hired at 1130 WDFM when it launched its sports format in 94. He later co-hosted Parker and the Man with Mark Wilson on WDFN, WXYT-FM, and 1200 WCHB between 98 and 2007, and again in 2014, and hosted a show at WEPN New York while working for ESPN's First Take. His Odd Couple show is on Fox Sports Radio, and that show will be a part of the lineup. Again, following 12, there's going to be 12 hours of local programming from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and that'll be followed by The Odd Couple from Fox Sports Radio from 7 to 10 p.m. Now, this, and by the way, this is Rob Parker's teaming with 3 former athletes to launch Sports Rap Radio via a local marketing arrangement with Odyssey's WXYT AM in Detroit. So we wish them well. But I have a question. Much like what happened to Detroit Sports 105.1, is Rob Parker afraid the same thing will happen to this new venture? Because for you to truly have a sports radio station, you got to have sports. And right now, all of them are locked up with 97.1 The Ticket. So we'll have to we'll have to stay tuned and get everything ready, Freddy. But we wish them well. Now, let's get to the reason we're here. Let's get to the scores. Let's get to the scores and get you some entertainment news as well. Now, once again, we have not heard anything from the NBA about the battle between TNT and NBC. So, as they say, we'll keep you updated as soon as anything develops. Now, go on with the news before we hit our stride with the scores and wrap things up. Miami Dolphins owner Stephen Ross has turned down a $10 billion offer for control of the franchise, Hard Rock Stadium, and the Formula One Miami Grand Prix, according to USA Today. He discussed the deal with billionaire Ken Griffin, but much like Comcast and Bally Sports, the two sides couldn't finalize a deal. Ross wants to keep control of the 3 entities and his family, the report states. The Dolphins are valued at $5.7 billion, the 11th highest in the league. The stadium, as well as the Formula One race, adds to the value. The 83-year-old purchased 50% of the Dolphins franchise, as well as the stadium and surrounding land, back in 2008 for $550 million. In 2009, he purchased another 45% with a total investment of $1 billion. Now, the offer was larger than the Washington Commanders sale, which went for $6.05 billion in 2023. And even though it was not accepted, it could still have a major impact on the price of control for the owners in the future. The stadium, with a capacity of more than 65,000, was renovated in 2015 and 2016 and added a training facility in 2021. Now, they transformed the parking lot into a racetrack, which has not only brought value to the stadium and money to the area of Florida, but also helped grow Formula One. The changes and added events of the venue seem to have increased the appeal of a potential purchase. Ross has invested over $1 billion into the property in order to host big events, including the Super Bowl and the World Cup. Sports Corp Limited founder Mark Gannis, a consultant who has worked with sports teams, called the Dolphins' innovations, quote, One of the greatest sports businesses success stories of the last decade, end quote. Quote, I'd put the Dolphins' entire operation, not just the team in the top five in the NFL, it's a transformation of the entire operation to arguably the most successful, diversified regional sports entertainment operation in the country. And by the way, let me just say, and globally around the world. Very nice. We like. Okay, do we have any other news stories? Oh, now in the NBA, we have to read this. As the gabbing lips of fans continue to say, goodbye, King, let the prince come to us. Hey, Taylor Swift, greater than Disney, SW, and MCU, and Doctor Who, parlez-vous, woo-hoo. Hey, Matt G. LeBron James had a clear goal in mind the first time he became a free agent in the summer of 2010. The decision that led to the decision was a pure basketball calculation. He wanted to win championships. The Miami Heat gave him his best chance to do so. James had an even narrower focus when he became a free agent for the second time in the summer of 2014. The goal was no longer only to win championships, but to make sure he at least won one for his native Northeast Ohio. There was no real decision here. It had to be the Cleveland Cavaliers. James dipped his toe into the free agent waters in 2015 and 2016, but only as a means to extract as many dollars and as much leverage out of the Cavaliers as possible. His third true foray into free agency came in 2018, and to this day we know less about what motivated James in his choice to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers, but I think we already know. He wanted to best Michael Jordan. That was his focus. But it was a misguided focus because unfortunately he couldn't even fill his shoes. Jordan is still the GOAT, and LeBron is just a Jordan wannabe. Didn't even get close. So he signed with the Lakers. I mean, there was no television special or heartfelt letter announcing it. James was a Cavalier one day, a Laker the next. Did he move out west to make movies? It was a popular theory at the time. He denied it, and his IMDb backs him up. Was it a lifestyle decision? It certainly would have been a justifiable one. James is perhaps the most iconic Ohioan who has ever lived, which surely made day-to-day living a bit of a chore in his home state. Los Angeles is friendlier to fame. It offered him a simpler developmental pipeline for his two sons, who are both seemingly pursuing NBA careers of their own. If nothing else, the weather is certainly nicer. The Lakers offered basketball flexibility that the Cavaliers did not. He cashed in all the chips for Anthony Davis and a fourth championship. And that brings us to James's possible fourth foray into free agency, which could come this summer, depending on whether or not he chooses to exercise his player option in Los Angeles for next season. In the past, we'd either known explicitly what was motivating James or could at least propose a few reasonable guesses. But now, we got no idea what is motivating James because we've never encountered a free agent operating under these circumstances before. James has already done everything there is to do as a player. 4 championships, finals MVP awards with 3 different teams, a record 20 All-Star selections, and on and on and on. But we may not know where his interests are. We don't know which one of them he is prioritizing, and yet they seemingly don't align. So what is he trying to do? What is he trying to prove? That he's better than Jordan? That anything he can do? That anything Jordan can do? LeBron can do better? He hasn't proved that. He hasn't proved much. He will always be second best to his airness. And I think that's kind of what makes LeBron who he is. Ego. If you're not stroking it, you're languishing. And the one thing LeBron wants to do before he retires is become the GOAT, the greatest of all time. To knock down his airness, Michael Jordan, is more than a wish. It eats him inside that everybody is talking about Michael Jordan. They should be talking about LeBron James. I disagree. Because all you're doing is feeding into a man's ego. He knows he can't be Michael Jordan. He has to be LeBron James, win or lose. Michael Jordan was a special kind of basketball player, much in tune like Magic Johnson was special as well. Shaq was next, and now LeBron. But in this case, LeBron wants the spotlight for himself, and that makes him do stupid things. So whether or not he actually stays in LA, he knows one thing is very clear. He will never be as great a basketball player as Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Jerry West, Larry Bird, Bill Laimbeer, Isaiah Thomas, and the list is endless. And not a one of them includes the name I forgot his name now. Oh yeah, LeBron James. So there you go on that. Let's take you now to the scoreboard. Very light scoreboard. Let's take you to it. Anywho's. And give it to you. Give it to you straight. Yo. Because we got about 6 minutes left. So here we go. Let's go to soccer. Yes, let's go to soccer. Sukor. In Champions League semifinals, Borussia Dortmund defeated Paris Saint-Germain by a score of 1-0. In the A-League Australia, Central Coast defeated Adelaide 2-0. In the CONCACAF Champions Cup, about 38 minutes played. Monterey leads Columbus Crew 1-0. Oh yeah, baby, 1-0. Oh my kumbaya. In the Canadian Championship, Atletico Ottawa defeated Valur 7-0. Forge defeated York United 3-1. And Pacific and TSS FC Rovers ended in a goose egg, or is actually in halftime, 0-2 El Zicho. Okay. Do we have anything from this Plainted Soil, this America? Can be yours to purchase for a bunch of beads. Okay, we're still looking for things. Somewhere there's got to be some scores. Yes, we must look for scores, kids. And I don't think we're going to find what we're looking for on this side of the dais. Okay. In the NPSL East region, Game that is not yet underway. It's Las Vegas Knights taking on the Vegas Legends. No scores of yet because the game is not yet underway. In the National Women's Soccer League, the Orlando Pride beat the North Carolina Courage 4-1. Washington Spirit over Chicago Red Stars 4-2. And in the 45 minute of the first half, with a 3-minute injury time, Portland Thorns over Bray FC by a score of 2-1. And we're really going fast, ain't we? Yes. Got about 3 minutes, and I said we would go to overtime because we had a lot on the menu tonight. So right now, let's go to ice hockey and give you an update on the Stanley Cup playoffs right now. In period one, Edmonton leads Los Angeles 1-0. Dallas Stars defeat the Vegas Golden Knights 3-2. In the Ontario Hockey League playoffs, in overtime, North Bay beat Oshawa 5-4. And London defeated Saginaw 7-3. In the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League playoffs, Victoriaville defeated Drummondville by a score of 3-2. In the WHL playoffs, in the third period, Moose Jaw and Saskatoon are tied at 4, and at the break, Portland is beating Prince George 2-0 in the American Hockey League playoffs. One game still going on right now. Ontario Reign and the Abbotsford Canucks are tied at 0. Hartford defeated Providence 4-3. Hershey defeated Lehigh Valley 2-1. Rockford over Grand Rapids 5-1. And Belleville over Cleveland 2-1. And there you go. There's your hockey scores. Let's give you some b-ball. Let's give you some hoop-de-jorp. Okay, right now in the second quarter, Dallas leads the Clippers 48-44. And the Boston Celtics have defeated the Miami Heat 118-84. And that's about all she wrote with that one. Okay. Let's get you some baseball, and then we'll wrap things up for you. We got about 2 minutes plus. Okay. Just want baseball. We won't have any time to go to the minors because of that lovely thing we were doing earlier. But anyway, folks, get ready. It's time for scores, and we only got time for the baseball ones because we did everything else. So here we go. In Major League Baseball, one game still going on. Dodgers lead the Diamondbacks at the top of the fifth inning, 6-0. Tigers beat the Cardinals 4-1. Brewers over the Rays 7-1. Twins over the White Sox 10-5. Athletics beat the Pirates 4-0. Royals over the Blue Jays 6-1. Braves over the Mariners 5-2. Phillies over the Angels 2-1. Reds lost to the Padres 6-2. Yankees over Orioles 2-0. Marlins over the Rockies by a score of 4-1. Cubs over the Mets 1-0. Giants losing a heartbreaker to the Red Sox 6-2. Nationals over the Rangers 1-0. Final in 10 innings. Guardians over the Astros 3-2. That's it. We got about 10 seconds. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will talk to you tomorrow night. Same time, same place. This has been a Mystifying Creativity production in association with the L2C Media Network. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you. Good night, everybody.